Yo, what up? What up, people? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? What's good, everybody? All right, so I got an email, and the dude, he wants me to leave it anonymous. So I'm just gonna read the email, and I'm gonna get into it and let you know what's good. All right, so it says, "Hey, Mr. Locario, I love the advice you give on all of your podcasts and videos. I'm a 21-year-old college student from Miami, and there is this girl in my class that I like, but it seems like she is giving me mixed signals. When we are in class or around her friends, she acts like she isn't really that into me, but then if I'm in the cafeteria eating by myself, she would come over and flirt with me like crazy. Then when I see her in the hallway, she would act funny, but then I will catch her in the parking lot, and then she's all over me. I want to ask her out, but I'm not sure if I should do that. Is she playing games? Does she like me? And if she does, why does she act like that?" All right. So basically, the thing is this. It could be that she's playing games, but I actually think it's something else entirely different. And what I really, noticed over the years when I would interact with girls, and I've been through situations like this, is that a lot of times you might think a chick is playing games, but what happens is that depending on where you're talking to a girl or approaching a girl or hollering at a girl at, depending, what the situation is, she's going to act a certain way depending on the situation. Now this applies to a chick who's not your girl, a chick who you're, trying to get to know or get with. And, what's happening in this situation is that a lot of times when you're talking to her, there's a lot of people around, so she's gonna act a certain way. And then there's certain times when you're talking to her and when you guys are interacting, where it's just maybe you and her, so she's gonna act a different way. You understand? Because this is the thing. People are really themselves when either they're by themselves or they're with like a person that they trust or whatever. So what's happening is that you might holler at this chick in class or talk to her in class or in front of her friends or in front of a whole bunch of people. And since there is a whole bunch of people there, she probably is, nervous about what other people are going to think about you and her talking. She doesn't want all these people in her business. And then when she catches you at a time where you guys are basically just you and her and there's nobody else around to, judge her and all this other stuff, then she's more, being comfortable around you to actually show how she really is feeling. You understand what I'm saying? Like, look at it as, in this example, like a lot of times people, when they're around, other people, they're not totally honest because of, they don't want to hurt someone's feelings or they don't want to look a certain way in front of a person. But when a person is like, let's say, thinking about something or thinking about, a person or thinking about an opinion they have in their own mind and no one else can hear them, they're going to say or think that, something in that situation that is honest. So for example, let's say if somebody's, in a situation where they're around a couple and the couple has a baby, and then they're like, "Oh, your baby's so cute," and blah, 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 right? But in their mind, they're thinking, "Oh my God, that baby is an ugly looking baby." You know what I'm saying? But they're not going to say that out loud because they're around the people and they don't want the people to think of them that way. So the same thing applies with you and this girl, is that, she's really, she might be really feeling you. But since other people are around, she doesn't want other people to know about it, or she doesn't want to like really express that because she's not comfortable saying that around other people or showing that around other people. But when she's by herself or when she's just with you, she can just say that and do that. You understand? So the thing is that it's not that she doesn't like you or she's playing games. It could just be the fact that you are approaching her or doing things, in situations where she has a whole bunch of people around her. You understand? And so the thing is that you have to take her away from those people or be in a situation where you're not with her around other people to really see how she's going to, flow with you. Because, you said that when you're in class or around, her friends, she acts like she isn't really that into you. But then when you're eating by yourself in the cafeteria, she comes over and she starts flirting with you like crazy. And then you say, and so, you see that basically when she's around all those people, she's acting this way. And then when she's with you by herself, she's acting another way. Then he says, then when I see her in the hallway, she would act funny, but then I would catch her in the parking lot and then she's all over me. So like in the hallway, there's probably a whole bunch of people around and, she thinks everyone's looking at her and you talking and, but then when you're in the parking lot and there's like hardly anyone around, she wants to, get it popping. So the thing is, and this doesn't have anything to do with her being like, two-faced or whatever. It's just like it's a subconscious thing on her part also, probably. You understand what I'm saying? I remember one time I was in a party, and is actually this famous singer. I'm not going to mention her name because I don't want to put her out there like that. But she's a famous R&B singer, and one of my friends, he was hitting that, right? So she had he was over her hotel room, a night before the party, and they were talking and, they were, having all these deep conversations. He was really feeling her. She was feeling him. And it was just, everything was cool. And they was, talking about like, getting into a relationship or whatever. Because they've been dating on and off for a couple months. And she was really feeling him. He's really feeling her. So now the next day, the party happens. And so me and my boy is in there, and then she comes through, and, it's a whole bunch of industry people around. And the thing was, my dude, he wasn't even really sweating her in the party, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he was just trying to talk to her on some regular shit. And for some reason at the party, she was acting, he was, kind of funny style, you know what I'm saying? Because she was around all the industry people. Now, I'm not saying that, they should be kissing and hugging up on, in that situation. But she was like acting a little too extra funny style. And I told them like, dude, don't take it personally. But, in the situation, she's going to act this way because she's around all these, industry people. People are interviewing her, probably taking pictures. So she has to uphold this image. So, she's going to act, a different way. You understand what I'm saying? And in that situation, that's like probably like an extreme case. You know what I mean? But it's still the same thing applies, is that when there are other people around, it's going to be a whole different thing versus when they're in a hotel and they're together by themselves doing their thing. Now, when if you get into a relationship with a girl, all these things, it doesn't matter at that point because now you're with her and everything is cool. So she's not going to really act all funny around, you with when other people are around and all this other shit. But from the jump, when you guys are just first dating or first getting to know each other, those things can happen. So what I want you to understand, and what I want all the other guys to understand, is that don't get fooled by, situations like that. Like if you're hollering at a girl and she's kind of acting, like sort of weird or standoffish, sometimes you got to look at what situation are you in when you're hollering at this girl? Who's around? Who, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the thing is that girls, they will, act in that way because there's, their friend over there, they're afraid of what their friend's gonna think, or their brother's over there or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And this is why when I talk to chicks, when I talk to you guys, I tell you guys, when you're hollering at these girls, you have to basically pull them away and get them in a situation where you and her together, in a little corner by yourself, so you could really, find out what the deal is and get to know this chick on, on a real level. Because a lot of times they're not going to be too real with you if everyone else is in the circumference. So, for example, if you're at a party and, there's a girl there and she's with her group of friends, you talk to the whole group. And then you tell them like, hey, I'm gonna borrow your friend for a second. You pull her over there. You go over to the next side of the room, get a drink or something like that, and y'all two just kick it and talk. Away from her friends or away from the people that that's she's surrounded by. You understand? And y'all two really get it in and talk, so you can really know what's up with this chick. You understand? So the thing is, next time you see her, you know what I'm saying? Like, pull her aside. and tell her like, hey, look, let's get together Friday night, let's do this, and she'll be like, all right, cool. Most likely she's gonna say yeah, and y'all get together, and then you get to really take her away from the school atmosphere, take away from all her friends and all that, and then really get to know, what's up with you and her. You understand? So, just go for that shit and get it popping like that. All right? So, yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say. And also, for anybody else, if you want any relationship advice, hit me up. Click the link below or go to MrLocario.com and go to the Ask Mr. Locario section and holla at your boy. Alright? So I will talk to you guys later. And remember, the truth is inside you. I'm out of here. Peace.
Alright, now before you click off this video, I need you to do 3 quick things. First, I need you to click the link below to send me your questions, because if you have any questions, I'll answer them in a video. 2, click the link under that to get my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men. Gives you 10 tips on how to attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.